Okay. Talking about graphic design, we need to know the essence of graphic design, which I would like to start off with you. Graphic design as powerful, beautiful, and visual communication. Most people feel or see graphic design as as beauty, just beauty. The essence of graphic design is beauty, and just to match up colors, match up write-ups, and all of that, and show out to people. They believe that graphic design is just all about the fanciness or something. But the truth about graphic design is graphic design main aim, the main purpose of graphic design is for communication. Is for communication. That's the importance of graphic design. So anything you are doing that will negate communication is not graphic design. Let's start from there. Anything you are doing that will not aid communication is not graphic design. That means if you bring up a canvas or if you bring up a box and do your different colors and different whatever on it, but what you actually did impedes communication, that is not a graphic design. So the essence of graphic design is to aid communication, which I stated in the excerpt of the topic that in this lecture you will be introduced to the purpose of graphic design and how it's similar to and differs from visual art. So now the number one importance and the number one purpose of graphic design, which does not have a second importance, is it aids communication. And talking about graphics design and visual art, it's a two different thing. Visual, like as we all know, art has different interpretations, different meaning to it, different concepts. Graphic design too can be implemented through art, but the difference between graphic design and visual art is graphic design, like I said, aid communication is always used to send a note, to send an information. Visual art is not in that form. Not all visual art piece are for communications. And as the name imply, visual art. You see, art is all about beautification. Art is all about beauty. So now, visual art can even be without communication, without any communication. Thank God, I'm an artist. I've been into fine art for several years now, and I know there are some parts of art that talks about communication. You communicating your idea to the viewer, but not all art are for communication. So now the main purpose, now the difference between graphic design is mainly for communication, while visual art not all are for communication. So now we'll go to the main thing now, which is the element of graphic design. So we're learning about the primary element of graphic design. So I'll be listing some elements of graphic which I would like you to take note of. We have different elements. We have line as number one. We have shape. We have space. We have texture. We have color. There is no way you have a graphical design that you will not see all of these elements. That you will not see all of this, like it's an importance. It's an importance. See, number one, like I said, lines. There is no way, even our text, our write-ups, the composition of graphic design contains lines, colors, shapes, space, texture, and all of that. So line can come in different form. Line can be in a vertical, diagonal. This is an example of vertical line with a bit of diagonal line. Can have vertical lines. We can have wavy lines. This is an example of a wavy line. Like can you see the way these lines were arranged in a repeated manner? We have wavy lines. We have colors too. Colors are also elements of graphic design. Even if the work is black and white, or if the design is black and white, black is still a color and white is still a color too at the same time. So this is a design that has an horizontal line and implemented with kind of a wavy line too also. Yeah, a wavy line Can you see this is line is used to achieve see the way the lines travels. It's actually expressing an emotion. When you see it, you know there is a bend, there is a curve and something. So line can come in different form and you can actually depict it in graphic design. It's also an element of graphic design. So there is no design without this element. There is no design without this element. Just take note of that. And we also have shapes. We have There's no way you get to see a design without any shape. There is always a shape on it, no matter what. There's always a shape on it. Even starting with the shape of the design itself, the shape of the canvas. When I talk about the canvas, I mean the board where the content was designed on. Just this white background alone, it's a shape on its own. You understand my point now? Not to talk about the grain that is underneath the welcome to and all of that. Can you see this circular shape? You can see, so actually a shape is an enclosed space and is limited to two dimensions, two types of shapes. We have geometric shape and organic shape. So a shape, as you can see, this is a shape here. So now organic shape, this is a perfect example of organic shape. Geometric shape and organic shape. That's the two types of shapes that we have. So you can depict several types. Organic shape can actually be it's most times it always comes out of a concept, even though geometric shape too comes out of a concept. But basically, most organic shape comes out of a concept because you cannot decide to do all these how will I put it, all these directions and magnitude of lines and you will not have a meaning attached to it. It's only if you are working with abstract design or something. And abstract design is also a concept. So are you with me at all? Okay. So that is that about I said a shape is an enclosed space and limited in two dimensions. It's always flat, and we have two types of it: 2D and organic. We can actually use uh, a shape. We can use different shapes to create 3D forms. 3D forms. Forms are three dimensional, while shapes are two dimensional. We have space too. Space can be okay. Let me use as a perfect example of space. This is a perfect example of space. Now, space can be distance between or around an object. Distance between or around an object. The space can be closed and can be open. So we have different types of space. We have positive space and negative space. So positive space are space of the actual object, and negative space are space around the object. Positive space in this design is black, and the color of the negative space is white. So space around an object is a negative space, and space of the object. The object we have here are the organic shape. This black shape, those are the objects, and the actual space that are dominant, which is the negative space, are the white space. The fourth element of graphic design is texture. Texture is a feel of an object. It gives an illusion in a design. It gives an illusion in a design. Yellow, there's a difference between them. And the main difference between them is one has a pattern and one is just bare, doesn't have a pattern. So now that means the pattern the pattern was achieved with the essence of the pattern is to give that yellow a texture. But let me hide this. How do you feel about it? This just looks very simple compared to this other one here. So now texture is used to create illusion in a design. Texture can be created with shapes. You see the background here. Can you see it has a slanty line, like diagonal lines in the background? That's a texture. Can you see it at all? Like this white background has a pattern that is diagonal. That means the quality of your image is very low. I see the texture on this one at all. Finally, color. I don't really need to talk much about color because for every design you see color no matter what. So the essence of the class is to make you understand how to use the colors, how to use fonts, how to use shapes and lines, how to deal with space, both the negative and the positive space and texture. So now talking about the lesson of is the amount color is actually the amount of light reflected on an object, but colors has different categories and different rules which we will definitely do we will dedicate a class for. I think when you check the curriculum you saw that there was a class a particular day for just colors, and also we'll, we'll look we'll look at this what's it called, these rules attached to colors and all of that.